Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back to the video. With this one, we're bringing a deck profile for Galaxy Eyes. So the new selection pack came out, and I thought it'd be a good time to go over a new deck profile for this deck. And we're going to get started here with 3 copies of just Max C, Ash Blossom. They're just the go-to right now. You saw with the 90% usage for Maxi that it's definitely necessary, and yeah, we're just going to be running 3 and 3 of these, and you can definitely make more space for Imperm if you want to add some more generic hand traps or more specific hand traps like Duel. It's up to you. You just have to make the space for that. Then I run 3 copies of Photon Thrasher. You're able to get this monster out pretty easily as it's able to summon itself out when you control no monsters. So you can do that, and you're going to see in one of the combos that's going to be an integral part of the deck. 2 copies of Galaxy Wizard. So before, I used to not run this card just because you do have to hard summon it in some way unless you're able to special summon it through a monster. But most of the time you're going to be hard summoning it. And yeah, that part sucks. But being able to use this monster, tributing it, and adding a Galaxy card from your deck to your hand, and it's not a once per turn, it's pretty busted. And you're going to see in the combos just how good of a card this is. So you definitely want to run at least 2 copies of it. 2 copies of Photon Vanisher. This card is able to get itself out, and when it's special summon, you can add 1 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your deck to your hand. So that's nice, and then a little bonus where an Exceed monster that's summoned using this card gains its effect, where it banishes any monster destroyed by battle by this card. So of course that's important because Galaxy Eyes focuses on battles, so you want to be able to have this little bonus effect. So that's really nice when you're able to do that. 3 copies of Photon Orbital. You're able to equip this card from your hand to a monster, and then from there, this card is if you send this equip card to the graveyard, you can add 1 Photon or Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand. So you can see there's a lot of searchability in this deck, so that's really good, and it's really easy to just get things out. And then 1 copy of Galaxy Summoner. I like running the 1 copy because you want to be able to normal summon this card, or I guess special summon it too, but most of the time in my combos you're going to be normal summoning it in order to bring out Galaxy Wizard and be able to abuse the effect again. So again, it's just really good because he makes it easy to go into a rank 4 and bring out your Galaxy Wizard. Then I run 2 copies of Photon Jumper. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Photon or Galaxy spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So that's the main thing with it. It's just great searchability, and of course this deck is able to do that amazingly well. 3 copies of Galaxy Soldier because you want to have ways to discard cards. As you've seen, there's a few cards that gain their effects when you discard. We haven't covered it yet, but the Photon Emperor is another good one as well. Then I run 3 copies of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. This is the deck, so you want to be able to have 3 copies of this card just so that you're able to bring it out. And there are some effects that like oriented around having this card, so having 3 copies of it I think is pretty good. 1 copy of Galaxy Brave because you're able to get this card out, and it's going to make for a great target for when you want to get out Photon Emperor and need to target a Galaxy monster. Then you can use Galaxy Brave here as a target, and when you're using Galaxy Trance. And then 1 copy of Galaxy Ice Afterglow Dragon. This card, it's able to special summon itself out. It's a level 8 monster, which means it's easy to go into a rank 8. But when using an Exceed monster and use an effect and you discard this card, you're able to take 1 Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon from your hand or deck and either special summon it or attach it. So the good thing is that if you special summon it, you can activate something like Galaxy 100, then banish something on the board. But 1 copy of Photon Emperor. This card is really good. You're going to see in the combo as well that you like seeing this card. Being able to discard this gives you value, and it's able to bring itself out, and then you can normal summon again. So just an amazing card overall. 1 copy of Rhoda because there's a good amount of warriors in the deck to warrant using this card. So searching this out I think is definitely worth it. 2 copies of Photon Sanctuary. For now, I decided to keep it in the deck. 2 copies of Galaxy Expedition. So this card is just really good because if you control a level 5 or higher Photon or Galaxy monster, you're able to special summon a level 5 or higher Photon or Galaxy monster from your deck in defense position. So being able to just get a free level 5 or higher monster, very powerful. 2 copies of Galaxy Trance. As I covered, it's just a great target if you want to go with something like Photon Emperor, Galaxy Brave. Just being able to get a bunch of monsters out is really good. 3 copies of Galaxy 100. This card lets you pitch a Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to your hand. So something like Photon Jumper is a perfect target for this card. And not only that, but if you summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, you're able to look through your opponent's extra deck and banish a monster from it, or special summon another monster from it to your field. So that could be really great in case you want to build up some more damage. And just looking through your opponent's extra deck also gives you an idea of what they're going to be playing if you are going first. Then 2 copies of Called by the Grave just to deal with the hand traps. Now before I go to the extra deck, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get started here. So I run 1 copy of the Star Leash Photon Blast Dragon. This card gives you amazing protection for your 2000 or more attack monsters in the form of non-destruction by your opponent's card effects, and also they can't be targeted. And not only that, but if this card is Exceed Summon, you can special summon one Photon monster from your hand. So it's just a good amount of value that this card is able to provide, of course. And then once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you can attach material and target one of your Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon that is banished or in your grave, special summon it. So you can see a lot of value that this card provides. One copy of Galaxy Photon Dragon. This card is great because you're able to detach the material in order to add a Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to your hand. So you can see a bunch of searchability in the deck, which is really good. And then not only that, but you could play with some level modulation depending on what you need. Then the Nova Infinity, of course, because we have the Galaxy Soldier package, so you want to be able to do that as well. Then here are just the Galaxy Eyes monsters that are just beaters overall. You know, in case you need them for your specific situation, you should read them and know which one you need for that exact scenario. But 2 copies of Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. So Photon Lord here is going to be your monster negate. So you want to be able to get something like this out during your first turn, and not only that, but you want to be able to use this as well in order to search a Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to your hand during your opponent's turn, and that'll just enable something like Soul Flare. Then we have the new number C62 Neo Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. So this card can do a crazy amount of attacks here. You can see you can attach material, then this card can make 3 attacks on monsters during the battle phase. And not only that, but if this card has Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon as material, it's unaffected by your opponent's monster effects, so it becomes a towers, so it's pretty powerful in that respect. And then it gains attack equal to the combined level / rank of its attached materials times 100, so it can get pretty beefy. Then we like having Galaxy Eyes Cypher Blade Dragon, just so that you have a great way of going into Galaxy Eyes Cypher X Dragon. And Galaxy Eyes Cypher X Dragon is just a good monster to go into because it gives you some protection, but it also enables you to discard materials during your turn and getting value while activating something like Galaxy Eyes Afterglow. Again, you'll see this in the combos video. Then I run 1 copy of Zeus because it's an Exceed deck. You're going to want to be able to run Zeus just so that you can, you know, clear out the board at worst case scenario. And then 2 copies of Soul Flare. So Soul Flare is nice because it's very easy to get out, and when it's link summoned, you can target a Photon or Galaxy monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Again, a lot of ways of searching things out, but also some recyclability. And during your opponent's turn, or during your opponent's main phase, you can discard 1 Photon card and 1 Galaxy card, or discard a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Then target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it. This card also has some destruction power during your opponent's turn. It's not a lot, but it is going to be enough just to be able to disrupt them a little bit. You can use something like number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord in order to search out your Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. That just makes it easier so that you don't have to discard 2 cards in order to use the effect of Galaxy Eyes Soul Flare Dragon. So it's a pretty powerful effect if you're able to use it like that, just to be able to search things out and pop things during your opponent's turn. But yeah, this is the deck profile. Make sure you guys stay tuned because I'm working on the combos video for you guys. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.